What's up YouTube, this is Heyho Brando'S and welcome back to another review video. As you can see from the title screen and from the video that you're watching right now, I am playing Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now if you're wondering why there's no sound, no music, whatsoever, I learned the last time I made a Battlefront 1 video, I got copyright strike because of the music and possibly even the sound effects. So if this gets copyright strike, then hopefully I be taking it off before anything else happens, because you know what, I'm not going to keep a video up if half the world cannot even see it. Now, I got this game about yesterday thanks to Blackhawk, and I downloaded it and I played it all day today. First thing I wanted to do was to do the story mission, and I finished the story mission and I played about 5 hours or so of the multiplayer because I thought, you know, at 5 hours from now I could probably get like a good gist of what the multiplayer has to offer. And I played a little bit of the arcade mode. I played a little bit of the star fighting, and mostly I went on to the galactic assault because I like that. It just reminds me of conquests from other Battlefield games like Battlefield 1 to 4 and all that stuff. But either way, I'm going to try to make this video go into a few parts. First part, I'm going to talk about the story, how I liked about the story, and how I think it could hold up onto it. Then I'm going to talk about the gameplay, both the multiplayer and single player. And then I'm going to talk about other things at the end. I understand that this game's microtransactions were taken off and all that, and I was not part of the whole beginning part where everybody was buying microtransactions. I didn't. I got this game, like I said yesterday, so and the microtransactions been off afterwards for almost a couple days now, and I'll get my point onto what I think about the microtransactions. So first things first, let's talk about that story. Now, the Star Wars Battlefront 2 story mode, I'm so glad they actually got an actual single player campaign. What we got in Battlefront 1, if they considered that to be a campaign, that's just utterly ridiculous, and that is not a campaign. And I'm glad they didn't consider it a campaign, but still, that game definitely needs a campaign, and I'm glad at least with Battlefront 2 we got a campaign. Now, with how I played the game, I'm not the greatest first person shooter or even third person shooter because you can actually change on the fly by I'm playing on console, so holding down on the D-pad on the PlayStation 4, you can switch between third person and first person, which I think is awesome. Each mode has its own individual advantages, but either way, going on for that, the story mode, I beat it in about 4 or 5 hours. When it comes to a game that's going to be a strictly multiplayer based game, that's to be expected. Like everybody's always on saying, but like, oh, the story mission's only 4 hours long. Oh my God, it's only 4 hours long. Okay, yeah, but you gotta understand though, people as well. I'm being completely honest when I say this, is that this is mostly a multiplayer game. They're gonna have a story mode, which I'm glad that they did, but they're gonna focus primarily on the multiplayer. So when people are whining about that the campaign's only 4 hours, 4 hours to 5 hours long, that's a pretty good, decent game for me if the story's good. The story is good, but there are a few little iffy things onto it. I'm not going to give much spoilers, but there's a few iffy things onto it because when I saw the trailers, they were going on about um, the Empire and that the rebels' only thing that they have is hope and all that. So I thought to myself, holy crap, we're going to be playing as the Empire, like something that hasn't really been done fully, in my opinion, in a Star Wars game in a long time. Normally, you're playing as a rebel who's pretending to be an empire, and you're working with the empire, but you're not truly an empire. For the first couple missions, like you are the empire, you are working with the empire. This is taking place after the Death, not after the Death Star. Like it takes place a little bit beforehand, but then the Death Star does blow up. So I'm thinking this happens at the end of Episode 6. So you're playing as a mission of after Episode 6 and further on. But after a couple missions, the game switches and you start fighting on the rebel side. And I said there's not going to be any spoilers, but this is kind of like a major point into it. EA pretty much portrayed the game as us playing as the Empire, and then we go and play as a rebel. And then you get to play as other heroes as well. You get to play as Han Solo for a mission. You get to play as Luke Skywalker for a mission. You get to play as just Princess Leia for a mission. Like you get to play as the main, some of the greatest heroes of not Dark Souls, some of the greatest heroes of Star Wars. But the fact is that I kind of wish that there was a mode where we could have played as the Empire. I kind of wish we could have chosen if we wanted to stay with the Empire, kind of like a two-story type thing. and even the ending just felt so empty. The ending of it just felt empty in my opinion, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but just if you want to play the game, I definitely would pick it up and just see for the ending yourself. Or there's gonna be probably like walkthroughs on or even gameplay, so you might as well just watch that. But like I said, the ending just felt empty. And near the end, you get to play as Kylo Ren from Episode 7, but it's only for one mission. So they're trying to, I understand what they're trying to do is that with The Last Jedi coming out, there's going to be we have Episode 7 and Episode 8. So maybe there are going to be new story missions that are going to be added on because EA claimed that or DICE claimed that there's not going to be any season pass. So I don't know how they're going to work on that. Maybe there's going to be new heroes, and people who buy the heroes, they get to have them automatically, while other players would have to save up credits to get the heroes. But either way, it's like truthfully, the story's kind of like a above average meh. Like I give it like a 6 out of 10 at best. Like it's a good story, but it's kind of like we've been the rebels so many times, and I was kind of hoping that we could be the Empire. But whatever. Going to the main point of this game would be the multiplayer, of course. Like you got the Galactic Assault, which I am doing right now, and it's kind of like back in Battlefront 1 where you just like play as either the good guy or the bad guy. Like this one at least you get to go through all the movies of Star Wars. So like you got like episode 1 to 7. There's like one mission where you can play episode 7. And I'm sure the other arcade modes, because I haven't played all the arcades yet, you get to play more of the episode 7 characters, like of the New Order and all that. And I'm sure as the game gets older, we're going to be getting more and more maps, of course. But like the multiplayer is good. It feels much better in my opinion than what it was in Battlefront 1. And to say that is an understatement. Like Battlefront 1 was just like was a hot mess of like what the fuck's going on in my opinion. Like weapons felt like they weren't really doing that much damage, or they weren't that much different than what they were. Like I felt like a hand blaster felt more like a sniper than anything, just how it was. The only thing I have an issue with when it comes to the multiplayer is when you go up against players that have the like the pre-order benefits. Like they have those cards that give you like the epic versions, or weapons that give you the epic versions. So like they have already weapons that are strong and they already have them unlocked. Well, I'll have to play the game for an average of maybe 40 hours just to get them. I don't mind that. Like that's a choice. We got the base game and they got the deluxe edition. Whatever. That's your money. Do what you please. Some people say like you get what you pay for, but I mean like when this game is like 80 something dollars Canadian, it's like really? Like you're gonna put people at a disadvantage like that when you're giving them weapons? Like in my opinion, I think it should have just been strictly cosmetics. Like like maybe they get like extra skins that no pre-order. Like I know like with the Kylo Ren, like they get Kylo Ren without the mask on. I'm like, really? That's a pre-order benefit? Kylo Ren without a mask? Like really? Like that's your pre-order benefit. Get Kylo Ren without the mask on. It's like whatever. We didn't pre-order it, so it doesn't matter. It's just skin, and that doesn't matter to me. It's the weapons do feel different, and I do mostly play as an assault. And when I change from weapons from one that's fully automatic to burst, I can definitely feel the difference. So, which is great because that's one of my main gripes of Battlefront 1 is that the weapons didn't feel the same. It felt like you had the same weapon, but it just looked different at the same time, if you know what I mean. The gameplay is still there. It's like it's I don't mean to say it's still there, but the gameplay is relatively the same of Battlefront 1. If you played Battlefront 1, then you know how the things work. Like I think my only gripe onto it is when you have to crouch, you have to hold down the circle button because if you just tap it, you do like a roll. I kind of hope that I can change it up. I'll have to mess around with my controls to see what I could do it. I highly recommend if you go and do the Starfighter one, check your controls on that because I had mine on advanced control and that was a bitch to control. I took off the advanced control and I can easily just shoot down people willy nilly whenever I want. Now, coming to the last part, and that's just like the other itty bitty things. I've noticed when I was playing this game that the quicker you are of beating a mission or beating a match, you get less credits, and credits are how you're going to get the loot boxes. And when I was on like defending and we were able to just hold people back, we got like 150 credits per match. But as the game progresses, and if you say win, you get maybe about 400, maybe 500 credits. The thing is, though, it's like especially when you want the heroes, is that like Darth Vader, I had to save up until I got 15,000 points to unlock Darth Vader, and the problem is I haven't been able to use him yet because I suck. And just the loot boxes and stuff, like the hero boxes are the cheapest ones, surprisingly, and those cost about 2,200 points to get a loot box, and that gives you about five um, different rewards you can pick up. And then the next one will be like the Starfighters, which is about like almost I think want to say like 2,500, and then you get the last one, which is the Trooper one, which is pretty much going to be your basic thing, because you're going to be basically playing as your base trooper, about 4 grand. And at times, like you don't get a lot of good stuff, so like you have to grind to get it. And I understand why a lot of people were buying the microtransaction stuff because of the fact of the end game rewards for the matches don't match up. You have to play so many times. Like some people are saying you have to play like just about almost like 40 hours just to get some good stuff for your character. Other than that, after you reach that 40-hour mark, like it starts to get easier because you got the good gear to get you through the thing. I mean, like I hope to God that they fix this soon. And I hope when they do bring back the microtransaction, it's not going to be as overpowered as it was when it first started. Because from what I've heard from people, like, damn, those things were horrible. When you got people with epic weapon variants coming in, just mowing you down like you're nothing. But either way, what do I think about this game? I think it's a good game, really. Like, I think it's getting a lot. I think it's getting more bash on because of the microtransactions than anything. I don't think people are looking at it as a core of a game. They're just saying like microtransaction bad. Like all microtransactions should be out of game. If it's just strictly cosmetic, let there be microtransactions. That's just your choice in the matter. If you want like different skins or anything like that. But when you have weapons in your loot boxes that are extremely powerful, and people who have more money than the average player can fork out like $100 or $200 to get those weapons because they don't want to have to play the game to earn them. That's it. You're leaving a lot of people behind in that, and I really hope that they fix that soon. I mean, Disney had to come over, and Mickey Mouse was pretty much saying like, "Nope, you gotta stop this." Ugh. But either way, this has been Heyho Brando. You know what? I like this game. I like Battlefront. I love Star Wars. So you know what? If people hate me on because I like a Star Wars game, hate on me. And you know what? I would say pick it up. If you if you're really hesitant about it, I would wait till like a sale or like get a used copy just so you don't feel like you're burning yourself if you don't like the game. That's my honest opinion. But you know what? Truthfully, I would pick it up. That's what I'm saying here. That's been the Heyho Brando idea. Get the game if you like it because you know what? It's pretty fun. But this has been Heyho Brando. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.